Alright, I'm doing a quick deck tech on this Stonehorn Tron deck I've been playing. It is an Ursa's Tron deck. It's trying to find one of Ursa's Mine, Ursa's Power Plant, and Ursa's Tower. Combined, they make 7 mana total, as long as you have one of each. And with that extra mana, you're hoping to just play more spells than your opponent and better spells than your opponent, building up to a lock. This particular version is based around preventing your opponent from doing any damage to you in combat, or not having a combat step at all. It's got 4 Stonehorn Dignitaries and 2 Moments Peace in the main deck. Those cards are going to presumably lock your opponent out of attacking you, as long as you can survive long enough to find one and cast it. To try to find those cards, it's got 10 card draw spells in 2 Compulsive Researches, 4 Oracles, 4 Muldrifters, and it has 3 Mnemonic Walls to combo with either just getting back Compulsive Research, getting back Moments Peace as a pseudo extra flashback, or Ghostly Flicker. This deck is based around Ghostly Flicker, combined with Mystical Teachings to find the Ghostly Flickers, or Teachings can find Moments Peace, Pulse of Marasa, Capsize, and one of 2 different counterspells, Prohibit or Condescent. You're just hoping to play Mnemonic Wall, have a Ghostly Flicker, and flicker a Stonehorn Dignitary to lock their combat step out, or have 2 walls in play, have a Moment's Peace in the graveyard. You can cast Ghostly Flicker on the 2 Mnemonic Walls, get back Flicker and Moment's Peace, and you'll take no combat damage for the rest of the game. It's got one main deck, Serrated Arrows, which is good against Delver specifically, which is, I believe, the best deck in the format. Having it main deck is nice. Had another one in the sideboard. You could have a second Serrated Arrows in the sideboard and have a free mains deck slot, but sideboard space is pretty limited, and Serrated Arrows is very good against the very best decks in the format. We're only running 2 Expedition maps and 1 Crop Rotation. Mystical Teachings can go get Crop Rotation to help you get Tron, and I've found that having too many Expedition maps just floods you out. If you've already got Tron and you're out of spell lands, having extra Expedition maps to draw is really punishing. We are running 25 lands, which is a huge number compared to most Tron decks. Some decks only play 19 lands, so 25 is a much higher number. But we've got 3 spell lands in Remote Isle as a cycling land, Quicksand to help against Tribe or Delver. It hits Ninja of Deep Powers. And Haunted Fingraph to get back one of your very good creatures in the late game. And other than that, we've got a bunch of colored mana sources, all pieces of Tron, and we have 4 Prophetic Prism to help convert some of our Tron mana into actual colored mana. If you could run 8 Prophetic Prisms, you would. You would probably run like 9 or 10 if you were allowed to, but we're only allowed to have 4, and Signets are very bad. Prismatic Lens is not very good, and I've just found that Prism's basically irreplaceable, and trying to have a bad version of Prism with a Signet or Prismatic Lens is just not worth doing. In the sideboard, 4 Pyroblast. Blue decks are great in Pauper. Having Pyroblast against them is great. 4 Hydroblast, because Burn and Kiln Fiend decks are your worst 2 matchups, and Hydroblast is very good against them. You got a Dispel as an extra counterspell to bring in against the various blue decks, or if Dispel is good against a certain aspect of your opponent's deck, you can bring in Dispel. Deep Analysis is a catch-all. You're bringing out a lot of cards in certain matchups, and having Deep Analysis to bring in helps. It also helps against the grindy decks, against the various discard decks. Deep Analysis can just dig you out of a discard hole. We've got 2 extra Moments Pieces, so you can go up to 8 total anti-combat cards after board. We've got an extra Serrated Arrows and a Gut Shot for Delver and Tribe. And we have 1 Ancient Grudge to hit Viridian Longbow and potential Relic of Progenitus or artifact lands. Just various artifacts that you want to destroy. That's the deck. Hopefully you've liked it.